And I actually ended up doing something I've never done before.
And that is, should we close our ears? Should we send the children out of the room?
I did not eat on Thanksgiving. I ended up deciding to fast on Thanksgiving Day.
What?
Yes.
As in, dare we say, fast rocket?
Yes.
Hello and welcome to Nash Rocket Media. This is the Shayhem podcast. I mean, it seems like a month of turkeys since we have been together last. The Shayhemiest gobbler you'll find on the interwebs anywhere. Allstate Insurance expert, the Antidote to Mayhem, Shay Seaver. Shayhem.
Hello. How are you?
I'm better than good, sir.
Good. I see you got some more people in that Christmas tree behind you.
Yeah, it continues to grow. I'm sharing my joy with the whole world.
It's nice.
So how was your Thanksgiving?
It was unique. It was actually very, very peaceful, which is the most peaceful one that I've had in many, many years. And I actually ended up doing something I've never done before.
And that is, should we close our ears? Should we send the children out of the room?
I did not eat on Thanksgiving. I ended up deciding to fast on Thanksgiving Day.
What?
Yes.
As in, dare we say, fast rocket?
Yes.
Holy crackers.
I didn't plan on it. Had planned on eating my anchovy pizza, and I bought it Wednesday, and it smelled so good I couldn't resist, and I ended up eating it Wednesday.
Okay, now let me just clarify something. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls at home, this is not how to fast. When you smell something so good, you just have to eat it. I hope there's more to this story.
That was Wednesday. So then I felt guilty after I ate the last slice at 10 o'clock at night. And then that's when I decided that I would fast Thursday. And then I continued to feel guilty, and I ended up going 4 days and 96 hours of fasting.
You did what? Really?
Yes. So I started 10 o'clock was the last time I ate Wednesday night, and I did not eat again until Sunday, 10 p.m. I had nuts, some walnuts and pecans before I went to sleep.
Okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. We got to get you listening to more of my podcast. So that's awesome that you did that. That's not the best way to jump into fasting. It's going to 96 hours. And let just be a teaching moment here. And you don't want to break a long fast like that with nuts. Okay. Not the best situation.
Right. I don't read instructions. I just,
apparently.
And prior to that, the longest I've ever done is 2 days. I've gone 2 days of fasting, but I really call it was 2 days of stress, and I just didn't end up eating those 2 days. And so I've kind of done stuff on and off that kind of led to that point over a period of time. But, by the third day, Saturday, I started to feel those hunger pains or the rumbling in my stomach getting louder. And I satisfied that with more water and with jalapeno juice.
Really interesting. Yeah. So let me just ask a couple of questions about this. Did you think of me at any of these stressful moments during your fast? Did you maybe curse me or?
I did not. I got a little bit of encouragement because I kept seeing your post on social media with everybody else giving you how long they fasted for. So I didn't want to jinx myself, and I ended up jinxing myself because I was going to go for 7 days. And I actually told somebody that I just did 4 days, and my mind got the best of me halfway through Sunday because I'd already labeled my bowl Sunday, 10 p.m.
Right.
And it was already in my head to eat that at 10 p.m. on Sunday.
Well, tell our listeners, both yours and mine, because I'm going to use this as a Fast Rocket podcast, as well as the Shayhem. Tell our listeners and viewers kind of what that experience was like. What was guilt is a powerful cudgel, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
So let's go through day one. So at 10 o'clock on Wednesday night, you go, oh my God, what have I done? And at what point did you decide that you were going to fast?
Right after I ate the last slice of pizza. And I don't eat like, and I say that one slice, I double them up. So I take a piece, 2 pieces of pizza and I flip them over and I eat it like it's a sandwich. That's what I did. So I ate 2 pieces at a time. So when I ate that last 2 piece, that's when, as I was throwing the carton away in the trash, that's when I decided, and I wanted to do something different.
Now, I am guessing this wasn't a cauliflower pizza. This was a
Oh no, this was from our previous podcast. This was from Sal's Pizza here in Murfreesboro, anchovy with extra cheese.
Yeah, say that again. I like the way you say it.
A Sal's Pizza with anchovy and extra cheese. You know I'm all about cheese.
Yeah, you are.
So cheese,
okay,
cheese meister.
You get up on Thanksgiving morning, and what's your first thought on Thanksgiving morning? You are now. What time do you get up? You probably got up very early, like me. You just don't sleep late, do you? So
no,
you get up.
I got up early and took my vitamins I always take, and then I drank water and coffee, and then I actually went for a 2-hour walk to help make that transition, to get my mind off of that, go out for a walk because all the places were closed Thanksgiving Day. So I went somewhere where I could get that in to relax me. And then I just came back home and watched TV and drank lots of fluid to keep me satisfied.
Now we're hoping that these fluids didn't have calories in them.
Correct. Just strictly, I drink alkaline water with electrolytes in it. And then of course, black coffee, green tea, and hibiscus tea is what I did. I did no, I don't do any sugar, and I didn't even add any oil or coffee or coconut oil to my coffee. I just drink everything straight. So yes, it was 0 calories, and that's why I double checked. So even the jalapeno juice, I checked the back of the jar at 0 calories as well.
Yeah, that's anything that's fermented, like pickles or jalapenos or that sort of thing are typically pretty good foods to fall on. And also the jalapeno and pickle juice and that sort of thing are great for cramps. If you get leg cramps or, in the middle of the night, sometimes I get cramps from that, and I get up and drink some jalapeno juice or some pickle juice. Okay, so we're like, well, everybody's having Thanksgiving dinner. You're probably 16, 18 hours into this fast. And are you starting to feel hungry, or is the guilt just too much?
The guilt's still too much. I'm good for one day, even with intermittent fasting. When I break that after 16 hours, I'm typically not even hungry then. I just end up eating because I'm trying to think ahead. Like if I eat now, then I know I won't be hungry. 4 hours from now, it's going to hit me where I'm going to end up choosing something I shouldn't choose to eat while taking advantage when I have to make the right choices at that time.
Here is an excellent thought that I teach on my channel, and that is this. When you go to eat, when you're hungry, when you're thinking of breaking your fast, you have to ask yourself one question. Do I want to store energy, or do I want to burn energy?
Burn.
And you just sit there and you just let that bounce around in your noggin for a minute. And then that old cudgel, Mr. Guilt, comes out because you know the right answer, right?
Yes.
The right answer is you don't want to store. And that's what you're going to do if you eat at that particular moment. But if you're hungry, go ahead and eat. But understand that you have the option and the choice. Do I want to store energy right now, or do I want to burn? Every time, if you ask yourself that question, take a few deep breaths and let your conscience answer that question for you, you're going to say, I want to burn. And that'll get you another hour, right?
Yeah.
Or another 2 hours or another 3 days in your case.
So now I just say, what would Rocket do? WWRD.
Okay, so you make it through Thanksgiving, and you got to be pretty proud of that.
Yes.
Right? And you wake up the next morning bright and early, 3:30, 4 o'clock, like you do every morning. What are you thinking on the morning of the second day?
The morning time is very easy for me. I'm not hungry. Then I just, going through, drinking my coffee, taking my vitamins, go work out. It's typically the afternoons that when that kicks in to play for me. The only thing ended up happening is I did start to get lightheaded on day 2, about halfway through. And that only happened when I bent over to pick something up. And when I came back up, I felt very lightheaded. Even when I worked out, same thing, because I'll do deadlifts. And when I stood up, it got me off guard, just about 30 seconds. And I, got my balance back.
Just for FYI, when you are fasting on like a couple of day fast, or in your case, a 4-day fast that you did, which we don't recommend somebody who's not fasted before to do that. I'm just being honest about that. That's a little aggressive. But when you are working out, the general rule of thumb is to cut back about 50% of that workout, just for reasons like that. You're deadlifting 300 pounds or 200 or whatever, and you get down there and you come up fast. It's not the same thing when your blood sugar is lower, right? It's just not the same thing, because that blood sugar is for an aerobic activity, right? Which is about 60% of your heart rate. Whereas a deadlift, that's anaerobic. I mean, you're not breathing when you're doing that. You're breathing after you're doing that pretty good, right? But man, when you're doing that, the actual pop itself, that is a anaerobic activity, right? And which means there's less oxygen, anaerobic, without oxygen, right? So you got to be careful when you're doing the same workout. When you're fasting for extended days, you gotta cut it back 50% or so, just so you don't have any mishaps. But what you were feeling in those situations where your blood sugar was down low, you were burning fat, your body's going, okay, this is something we don't do every day, right? And it's adjusting, right?
And then I ended up going and getting acupuncture, and when the lady poked me in a certain place right here, I think it bruised very easily, or I bled in one point wherever she stuck me. I didn't notice it, but she noticed it when she took the needle out, and it left a pretty good bruise.
Interesting. So did they have to put a tourniquet on you?
No.
Okay, that's good news. Well, I'm impressive. So, I mean, I'm impressed that you did that, even though it's not by the book the way we recommend it. Give me the overall end all. Do you think you'll do that again?
Yes. I need to be, I could do a day. A day is easy for me to do. It's just going to that day 2, because my environment and the people I interacted with stayed the same. So I didn't have a lot of different scenarios or temptations or anything like that. I did have 1 or 2. That's with a previous person that just a couple of interactions, that may have got my stress level a little high, but I was able to, stay focused and get that cleared away. And that's what led to it, because I had a 4-day weekend, right? So that's why I took advantage of that. So then going back into full workload mode, you're back into that different stuff going on, different environments, and you can't get focused because you're having to focus other things, and you get back to that habit that you had before.
Well, congratulations on that. That's impressive. I've never done a 96-hour fast. Day 2 always gets me at about 45 hours. It always gets me, and I'm going, and it's not that I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It's just that I have, at that moment is when the energy starts to drop a little bit. And my mental energy, not my physical energy, but my mental energy. And so I'm having a challenge getting past 45 hours, but I intend to do that before the end of the year to get a 72 hour, because at 72 hours, that's when all the deep magic stuff happens in your body in terms of repair.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's why it's, between 48 and 72 and even to 96, that's when just so much amazing stuff with the autophagy and BDNF happens, and growth hormone is just through the roof.
That's what, when I read that, that's what turned me on to get to that, to get past 72, take that next 24 hours. That's what gave me a little bit more motivation when I read that. Yeah. I'd never done it before. So
yeah. Well, congratulations. That's terrific.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I hope you'll continue on a more sensible schedule. Like maybe my favorite is 18-6. That's my favorite. But I had such a difficult time. I don't know whether you saw or not, but I gorged myself on Thanksgiving so I could make a podcast out of it,
right,
report all my blood sugar levels. And I am still, to this moment, I checked everything 10 minutes ago, I'm still not back into ketosis from the damage that was done that day.
Wow.
So and the only thing that's going to bring it back is for me to do at least a 36-hour fast, which I'm going to start tonight, just so that I can get back into those great deep levels of ketosis that I was enjoying before Thanksgiving dinner. But that was fun. All right, sir. Thank you for your testimonial. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you supporting Fast Rocket. This is, of course, the Shayhem podcast. And so now we'll do what he does best, which is inform us about insurance, auto and life and the like. Here's the first question. What kind of insurance discounts does your company offer?
We do offer a lot of different discounts. The main one, of course, which every company offers and which you see on advertising TV, they've now worded bundle your insurance. So the main number one discount we offer is multi-policy discount. You have your homeowners, you want to do your auto. If you rent, you want to do renter's insurance, and then you do life insurance. So multi-policy is the biggest one. On home insurance, there's a new home discount. There's age of home discount, claim-free discount, home buyer discount. On the auto, there's new car discount. There's automatic draft or easy pay in full discount, claim-free discount, good payer discount. So there's always several discounts. So the good payer discount, how that works is everything is given to you up front as a discount. It's up to you as a customer to keep those discounts, such as the good payer discount. You're giving that up front. You want to make sure you pay your bill each month on time and not let a second bill generate. Once that second bill generates, it creates a cancellation bill. And it could have been you just switched banks and you didn't let us know. And once that cancellation bill is generated, even though you pay it at the next renewal, that discount is removed, and you have to wait up to 12 months, up to two renewals to get that discount back. And in some situations, it's substantial, and it's something that we even me can control whether I pay it on time or not. So you want to make sure the easiest way to do it is make sure it's on automatic draft on a monthly basis, or pay it in full every 6 months is another huge discount for some customers to pay on that.
Here's an odd question. Shayhem, sir, Almighty Master, Lord of my universe, what is your favorite book to read?
The favorite book. Now, I have a lot of books, but the one that always sticks out in my head, and that's just because I got to watching on Netflix documentary on Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman, and I wish I had that book. I don't have it, but Bad as I Want to Be was the first book that I ever read from front to back. Dennis Rodman, Bad as I Want to Be. So that was my favorite book. Now currently I've kind of graduated from that. That shows you where I was at in the beginning. Now I listen to positive mental stuff, Outwitting the Devil is an audiobook. I listen to audiobooks because that's what I listen to when I walk or I run or I'm driving. I'm listening to audiobooks most of the time. So Outwitting the Devil is an audiobook I listen to. And another one is The Power of Positive Thinking. And I just purchased one right now during Thanksgiving breaks called Choose Yourself by James Altucher or something like that. So I bought the book, bought the audio book on that. So positive mental stuff.
Dear Shayhem, do I need rental car coverage when I'm renting?
Rental car coverage. Now, rental car coverage is not a coverage required in the state of Tennessee to have on your auto policy. It ends up being your choice as a customer. If you have full coverage on there, you do have the option. When I mean full coverage, I mean collision and comprehensive. You do have the option to get the rental car coverage, to where you could only get that rental car if the car's in the shop due to a covered loss where collision's used or comprehensive's used, or your uninsured motorist coverage is used. If you have liability only, meaning you don't have collision, you don't have comprehensive, then you do not have the option to have rental car coverage on there. If somebody's trying to save money on their auto insurance, it's if you have more cars than the number of vehicles on the policy, then that's something I would consider. If you have 4 cars and 2 drivers, then I might eliminate rental car coverage off of those vehicles just to save some money because you have a backup vehicle. But if you have 2 cars that are full coverage with collision and comp, 2 drivers, then I definitely would have the rental car coverage because it's just a few dollars a month per vehicle to have. And honestly, personally, I would rather be driving a newer vehicle, a year or 2 old, than driving a backup vehicle that may be 10 years old that I'm having to use during the winter time that's not really reliable at all. But rental car coverage is an option for the customer to choose.
There he is. He is the antidote to mayhem. FastShayhem.
That's right.
See what I did there?
Yes, sir.
You can catch him, and he's happy to answer your questions every week. Just leave your questions down below in the comments section, and he will get to them because he is the antidote to mayhem. We thank you for watching every week. Like, share, and comment, and we'll see you next week.
It's a better than good day with Fast Shay. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to give us a call at 615-896-SAVE, 615-896-7283. Thank you for watching and have a better than good day from Fast Shay.